Good morning, guys. It is a absolutely beautiful day. It's like, it's 38 degrees out. I've got only a t-shirt on underneath this sweater. And it is just glorious. The sun is shining, there is blue skies, and I thought it would be a perfect day to do some spring yard cleanup. So I have a whole bunch of perennials, some sedum that needs to be cut back. I need to prune a bunch of things. And then, I don't know if you guys remember, but if you had started watching me when I first started my YouTube channel last fall, I did a massive yard cleanup and I had some friends come over and take down a bunch of trees in this area right behind me. And we rented a wood chipper and I made 2 giant piles of wood chips. And so I ended up distributing one whole pile in this back garden bed that you can see behind me, a little bit up in the front, over to the side, just kind of spreading it everywhere. I had some people in town come pick some up and take them home for their yard, and I am now left with one whole big pile. And since it is spring, it is only a matter of weeks before I need to start doing my grass cleanup, planting some grass seed, and this giant pile of mulch has been here since last fall. I think it was September, I want to say. And so my goal today is to get all the perennials trimmed back and cleaned up on this nice, sunny, glorious day. Do some pruning of some bushes that I see that are kind of getting wild and out of control. And then I want to get as much of this mulch distributed in the leftover garden beds that haven't been tackled yet and just kind of start to spread it out so that I can finally get this off of the lawn, because pretty soon I'm going to need to rake this all up. I'm going to come in here with a thatcher, get rid of any of the moss that grew back and take out any of the dead grass. And then I'm going to need to plant some more grass seed where we killed it all off. So that is the goal of today's project. Nuka is out here in the yard with me. Nuka, say hi. She's got all of her toys. She's just distracting herself. Yes, I know. And she is very excited. So we're just gonna get after this cleaning project. I will try to walk you through and show you what I'm doing, but it is just a massive yard cleanup day. So let's get started. I'm gonna get this all cleaned up and rake this out. The ducks and chickens are very loud and rowdy today, so I apologize in advance for them talking in the background of this video. Already filled up one whole load. Gonna wheel that over to my yard waste site on the other side of the property, drop that off there, come back, keep working on some cleanup. Feels so good. But I wanted to stop and show you guys this bed, which looks a little messy because I threw a whole bunch of seaweed that had washed up on shore on top because it's full of really great nutrients. But all these little greens popping up, you can mostly see them back on this end. These are all of our garlic that we planted last fall, and they are all doing so good. How fun is that? This is our climbing hydrangea, which I'm going to get some kind of cool thing for it to climb up on this year, but look at all the buds on this plant, you guys. It is raring to go. I'm so excited about this plant. I can't wait to have it grow up something here. Lilac bush, and you can see we've got tons, sorry it's kind of blurry, but you've got tons of buds on this lilac bush. I think this is going to really fill in beautifully here. This is a blueberry bush that we planted. Tons of buds everywhere. I'm expecting a lot of blueberries out of that bush this year. I'm very excited about that. This is our Sitka rose bush that we planted, and you can see how thorny this bush is. But check out all these buds. They're all over the plant. all up and down the stems, and I'm just so excited about it. Those Sika roses, they smell so fragrant, you guys. It is like when you go and you get like a bar of soap that smells like rose, that is what that smells like. It is so fragrant and incredible, and they're just pink and beautiful, and I'm just so excited for this garden bed this year, you guys. I planted tons of tulips and daffodils all along the edge of this garden bed, and I think that will really give it lots of spring interest. I'm really looking forward to that. It's only February right now, but I'm already just getting so excited. Okay, so I think while we're here, we should just start right away with mulching. So let's go shovel some mulch and start to fill in this whole garden bed. Okay, so I got the front garden bed all mulched, and I wanted to show you guys how defeating this mulch pile is, because I've been working on this for literally months, you guys, and it looks like I didn't even make a dent, but I'll show you what I did. So if you remember at the beginning of the video, I showed you the pile. I think the dent that I made for that entire front garden bed area only went right here. But I'm definitely starting to see more edges of the blue tarp popping out, which gives me hope that eventually this will be gone and I'll get a yard back. Left to do today is I've got a bunch of rocks on the other side of my property that I want to haul over, and I've been slowly lining this garden bed, and I wanted to continue all the way around that tree. So I'm gonna grab my little gorilla cart, haul a bunch of rocks over, try to finish filling in that little piece of the garden bed, so that's finished off. And then the last thing I want to do, if the ground is soft enough and allows me, I have kind of an insane thing, but my coworkers and I decided to dig up a tree for our Christmas tree in our office. This is it. It's a bull pine. So we wanted to test to see if we dug it up and it lived in our office, and if we could repot it, or if we could plant it back in the ground, and if it would continue to grow. And I don't have any bull pines in my yard. They do get pretty massive, but we have one section of the yard over there that I think it would actually work great in. I'll have to put some stakes to keep it kind of leaned upright until it kind of gets, you know, rooted into the ground. But it's currently living up hot in the front yard, which isn't a very good life for a tree. I think what we're gonna do is, if the ground allows us to dig a hole, we're gonna plant this bull pine in the front yard and see if the Christmas tree will live. So first, let's get those rocks moved, then we'll deal with the bull pine, see how far we get. right, guys, we got a lot of mulch moved. We got that whole front garden bed filled up with another layer of mulch, which I feel good about. We got rocks added to this whole front part of the garden bed. I still have a few more rocks that I need to go grab, but I got kind of tired of hauling rocks. And the ground was not frozen, so I was able to put that bull pine in the ground down in our middle garden bed area and stake it in, which I think will be great. It'll be really good. That whole area has just been sliding, and I feel like the dirt is just eroding since I ripped out all those salmonberries. So I think planting some big, strong bushes and trees in that area will really help sustain that, keep the dirt in, and reduce erosion, which I think will be really good. Plus, I'm really excited to bring you guys along on that little adventure to see if the Christmas tree bull pine that lived in my office for like a month will survive and thrive in our garden. And if it does, I think it's going to be a tradition every year to throw some Christmas lights on there and have that be like our yard Christmas tree. I think it deserves the right to be decorated every year if it survives that big transition. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching this little spring yard cleanup. There is so much more spring yard cleanup to go this season, but I just wanted to get a head start on it since it was such a beautiful day. I ended up being able to wear a t-shirt, and I know you guys are probably laughing because it's still, oh, it warmed up to 42 degrees. So 40 degrees in Alaska, wearing a t-shirt, doing some yard work in February. That is the best thing ever. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you later.